Hi.
So before we talk about the editors and the incredible volunteers, I wanted to give people a little bit of grounding for you and MPTF. There's an event that would have normally been coming up in about a week or so that we can't do this year, but I'm hoping it's back on for next year. Tell us about Heartbeat Lite. Tell us about Day at the Games, Day at the Lanes, and I know I'm throwing a bunch of stuff at you, but I'm also going to say this. There was an incredible member of Local 700 who passed away recently, and her memorial was today. So without going too far into it, I want you to know we feel her loss, and not nearly to the extent that you do. I know that that friendship was sincere, and she was a leader for the Guild, and her leadership is going to be missed. Not only her leadership, her laughter, her kindness, and Ricky.
Yeah, thank you. Those of you who don't know, Jennifer's talking about Diane Adler. We had a Zoom memorial for her this morning, which was really quite lovely. Zoom is a little different for a memorial, but it turned out to be really, really beautiful tribute to Diane. And yes, Diane lived her last couple of years or so at the Motion Picture Television Fund, part of the time alongside my mother, who also was living there when Diane was there. So yeah, so look, I mean, the Editors Guild's been a long time supporter of the Motion Picture Television Fund through lots of different channels. And when I became more personally involved with the Motion Picture Television Fund, I tried to pull some other folks along with me into that. So the couple of events that Jennifer mentioned, so the MPTF for many years has had a big golf tournament that's their major fundraiser of the year. And because of the volunteer work that I was doing with MPTF for some rebuilding houses and all kinds of fun stuff like that, I actually helped dig up the dog park that's on the campus too. So because of those efforts, I always got invited to the party that took place after the golf tournament, because I'm not a golfer, I'll just say. And I would go, and it was a really nice event, and it was really fun, and it was really cool. And I always felt kind of left out though of the golfing day part of it. So 10 years, I think it's been 10, 11 years ago now, a colleague of mine who also would attend these after golf parties, we're sitting around and we were trying to figure out a way that we could participate. And we came up with this notion that we actually thought was kind of silly at first. And we approached MPTF about it, and they fully embraced it. And it was to have a miniature golf tournament the same day that the big golf tournament takes place. So all the people who couldn't golf or don't golf could have some fun too during the day, and raise money for MPTF as well. So we threw it together the first time in a couple of weeks. We raised, I don't know, like $3,000. I think last time it was about $36,000. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time. And yes, it would have been coming up in another week or so, but hopefully next year we'll be able to resume it with all the in-person activities. The other thing that we as the Guild are very involved with is what has become now, well, it's changed a couple of times, right? It was Day at the Races. And when we decided to move away from the horse track, it became Day at the Lanes. It was bowling, and then now it's Day at the Games. And so it's morphed a few times, but still a really great fundraiser. And the Editors Guild's a big sponsor of both of those events. In addition to the fact that we make contributions to the MPTF, sometimes from grievance settlements, but also when our members of our Guild pass away, we do that also. So MPTF is near and dear to my heart, and I am so thrilled that all these editors, I was a little slow getting it, and I know it's hard to make a commitment way in advance, especially when you work in editing and you never know what your schedule is going to be like. But I'm so grateful to all of our volunteers who stepped up and got involved in here today. And I think that through this experience, hopefully you'll start to learn more about MPTF and stay involved in other ways also, because they're a great organization and they do fantastic work for members of the entertainment industry.
I wanted to say there was one Day at the Lanes, and then it was a pandemic. And my hope is Day at the Lanes comes back full full bore. It was so much fun to be at Pins in Sherman Oaks or Studio City.
Yeah.
And there was a whole like carnival feel in the parking lot, and
Yeah.
it was great.
It was a lot of fun. I went to it and I was like, I hadn't bowled in probably 20 years. So I thought I'm just gonna go say hi to people. I'm not bowling. There's no way I'm doing it. And I got convinced to do it by one of our board members, and I had so much fun. I was so glad I did it. Yeah.
You mentioned briefly that your mom was here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom was part of a pilot program. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that. There's a lovely piece that's on our YouTube site that features your mom. And I loved interacting with her. I loved seeing the joy in her face as part of this program. Do you want to talk about that, or should we let people just go see the video?
No, if you want me to, sure. I'll say this was a little odd at first for me to get used to. I showed up to visit my mother one day at MPTF, and she had a fake, like a fake cat, right, on her lap. I think it was at Mattel or Hasbro. I probably should know this because I'm plugging them, right? But that had designed the cats to appear as lifelike as possible for people that were in demented states and had dementia, wouldn't necessarily know the difference. My mother was petting this cat, talking to it like it was alive, named it, brushed its hair, told me that she gave it baths. She would tell me when it was time for it to eat. And again, I'll say the first time it was I took a picture of her with her cat and I sent it to my siblings. I'm like, oh my God, mom's got this fake cat. I don't know this is kind of odd. I don't know. But she loved that thing. And I realized after a really short period of time is that it gave her a sense of duty to someone. She was we had 5 kids in my family, and she didn't work outside of the house when she had kids. So she was always taking care of all of us, and then grandkids and then great grandkids. And I think she lost that ability to care for something. And when I realized how much she loved the cat, I fully embraced it. And it was a great thing for her. It gave her some purpose and some meaning in her later part of her life.
We spoke with Linda Healy about the therapeutic implications of having the cats. And the really cool thing that came out in that interview is she said it's in the charts for the people that are doing the caregiving.
Yeah. Someone
is starting to get agitated and they're in this program.
Right.
Don't give them a pill, give them the cat. See if the cat works first.
Right.
And for many people it did.
Oh yeah. No, it was an interesting process, and then we were grateful for it in the end. And Linda Healy, since you mentioned her, is awesome. She looked after my mother for years when my mother was in a rehab facility before she lived in MPTF, and was such an important part of my mother's caretaking, and in addition to so many other people on staff at MPTF who were fantastic to her. And she loved living there. She really did. She liked all the attention, she was like a celebrity because she was very outgoing in her older, she was when she was young too. Yeah, so.
So John is saying, thank you, Cathy. You are the heart and soul of our guild. We appreciate
that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, John Gilbert, cool. Hi, thank you. Thank you for being here, John. Yeah.
We are moments away. We have a few different things that we're going to do, but first, again, thank you and Willow for all of the work to round up the people who said, yeah, I'll do something ridiculous like this on a Sunday. And the next thing is you were very thoughtful about it, and you said, let's get at least 2 people per team, because something happens, obviously.
Right.
And that happened. Where one of the people that was signed up for us wrote on Friday and was like, I am so sorry, the film I'm on has pushed.
Right.
I have to work on Sunday.
Sure.
So we were totally covered because you're super smart.
I don't know if it's because I'm super smart. I think I told you this. I actually went on our Facebook page and said, I'm not above begging for a good cause. So please, let's help MPTF. And then all of a sudden, everybody started jumping in. It was great. So yeah, really appreciative. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the experience. And I'd love to talk to some of you, some of the editors involved in today, to see how it went and what you thought of it. And hopefully you'll come back next year. And yeah, good.
So, Cathy, if you still have a little bit of time,
Sure.
if you don't, that's totally fine. But if you are going to stick around and watch the screenings,
Sure.
you should be part of our jury.
Okay.
All right.
I can't tell you who I vote for, though.
No, never. I'll have MJ send you the information. We're going to show you a couple of videos as we get ready for Bob Beecher to join us. He might be bringing a little golden friend of his.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Thanks, Cathy.
Bob spoke at Diane's memorial earlier, so it was nice to have him there. Yeah.
Great.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.